Grace's decision to invite the vampires into the barn is just as selfish as Smoke's decision to stay in the barn and hide. Let's put the actual situation into context, specifically the interpersonal relationships that were happening in the barn at that moment. Grace is the only mother, the only parent in that barn at the moment. None of the rest of them have kids. Not just that, but she goes to Smoke specifically and talks about how he is a soldier, not just because he's like, oh, he fought in like the World War One and he has the most combat experience, but also because he knows her daughter. He called her little Lisa. That implicates that he was around when she was just a little girl. Not only that, when you consider the fact that Smoke and Annie know what it feels like to lose a child. So this woman is coming to people who she considers her friends and is voicing concern and fear for her daughter's safety. These are supposed to be her friends. They know what it feels like to have lost a child, and their response to her voicing concern for her daughter's life for the second time, that has to be emphasized, because the first time was after she was being sexually harassed and threatened by Remick. This is the second time she is voicing concern for her daughter's safety. The response from her friends is just a shrug and what we gonna do about it? Was Grace in the right for inviting them into the van? No. But at the same time, their response showed her as a mother, she is not going to get a better chance to protect her daughter. And as selfish as it might seem to like force everyone else to fight off this entire group of vampires to give her daughter her best shot, they made it so that that was the best shot they were going to do. They offered absolutely no other situation or alternate path or course of action for her to take to save her daughter's life. And so in that barn with a soldier to her left and like probably someone who knows something about some spiritual magic to the right, she's going to take the best shot she has at protecting her daughter. And I think that's why as soon as the vampires come in, she goes to the vampire who knows the most about the child, the only vampire that little Lisa was likely going to let in, her father. And she makes sure that she kills him and takes herself out to ensure that she doesn't become a vampire and put her daughter's life at risk as well. So was Grace selfish? Absolutely. And what about it?